Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's What's the Word with Jay and my man Trent.
What's up, guys?
And we're coming to you live from the bunker here. We got a special going on. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, man?
Man, it's been, it's wow.
Things got real. So since our last episode, and I know we kind of touched upon that. We'll bring it up later on in this episode here, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. But the elephant in the room. But yeah, a lot has happened since the last episode. Things got real quick.
No pun intended there.
No pun intended. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Trent, how was your week, man?
It's funny because I've never worked from home before, and this is the first week that I've actually completed a full week from home.
Right.
I don't think I've changed out of my pajamas since. How about you, man?
Same, yeah. This was the longest I've had to work from home, and schools are also closed, so we have the little ones at home, so that makes it much more interesting.
Wow.
So
I can
yeah,
busy.
Yeah. So it's different, but the thing is, we're all going through this together, and
It's true.
we're just kind of taking it day by day.
It's funny because one of the mostly the weekends, what I usually do, we go out, get out of the house, but this time we can't get out of the house. So luckily we have a new game, Animal Crossing, and that's kind of like my vacation.
There you go.
It's like a little island.
I heard that was a good game.
It's a great game.
Yeah?
It's a great game.
Because I've heard good things about that game, and I've also heard good things about what is it, Luigi's Mansion?
Oh, you mean for the Switch?
For the Switch, yep.
Oh, I haven't played any of that, but this is my first time going through Animal Crossing. I've only played for just a few hours. It's fun. As soon as we get off this podcast, I'm probably going to continue my island.
Tell me a little bit more about it. I mean, what's in that game?
You're just this individual, and you get go on this little vacation thingy-mabobber, and there's like these little raccoons, and they're Timmy, Tom, and I can't remember the third raccoon's name, but they trick you and they get you on a deserted island.
So is it kind of like The Sims, where you kind of build your own, or like Farmville, I guess?
Think of it more like a Sim City, but more animal friendly.
Okay.
And you get to build like your island. You get to construct things, and these animals come and visit your island. And you can have them stay. You have like tents. You can have houses, a museum, catch fish. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. It's been exciting, and I can't wait.
See, that sounds way different than like the games I've been playing lately, which it actually seems more, I guess, optimistic and fun.
And hence the reason for playing this right now is for that exact reason.
I've actually been playing, started replaying, and this is one of my favorite games ever, but The Last of Us. The remastered version. Pretty much what it is, it's about a guy and this young teen female, and they're just walking and trying to survive through this post-apocalyptic world with like an infection.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're going the dark route.
Yeah,
I'm going the light route.
Also started playing The Division 2, which is also the premise is based upon an outbreak that has crippled the world, and you're part of this elite group called the Division, and they're trying to like maintain order and whatnot in this chaos.
It's
funny. It's pretty cool.
Like this is too
I would rather play Animal Crossing now that you're like mentioning it. It's like it's different. It's a nice distraction. It's not something.
It's nice, and you know what's another interesting facet. I don't know if you listening, this was a huge ordeal. This whole game was a huge ordeal. The
Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing.
Okay.
They have a special Nintendo Switch that came out specifically for Animal Crossing that has like the animals on it. It came out a week before the game actually released. So what's the logic there? I don't know.
Was that recently, or was that?
It was.
Was it due to the virus?
No, it's been.
I know some places or some movies have been released earlier than anticipated because of this.
Yeah, well, It's been the same setup, same release date, but for whatever reason, Nintendo decided to release the Animal Crossing Switch a week prior to the actual game, and that's how it was originally. But what you're saying exactly the case. So we were upstairs and I come across a Facebook post from a mutual friend saying, "Hey, I'm already playing Animal Crossing a day before it released," and we're like, "What the F is going on?" So I messaged him. I'm like, "Hey, how did you get that copy? It doesn't release until tomorrow." He's like, "Oh, GameStop is already releasing them now because of the coronavirus." And I was like, "Holy hot dog!" So Sarah and I, we like looked at each other. I'm like, Sarah's like, you probably better start calling those GameStops. I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm on it right now."
Oh man!
So I called. I called at like 8 o'clock.
Sidebar: the GameStop's under fire for.
Oh yeah.
They're getting some heat for how they're handling the social situation too. But go on.
So I call GameStop. And I'm like, "Oh, this is the best time. Nobody's gonna be out and about." And I call them. The first guy in Canal Winchester is like, "Hey, we are releasing Doom 3 and Animal Crossing. How can I help you?" And I'm like, "You answered exactly what I wanted to hear. You have Animal Crossing?" Yeah, I'm on my way. He's like, "Oh, well, we're closed now." I'm like, "Why did you answer the freaking phone?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, "No worries. The Reynoldsburgers is down the street. We'll just give them a call." They answer their phone. They're like, "Yeah, we have it, but I'm sorry, we're closed." So I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." So you know what we did? We woke up at 7 o'clock sometime, and I was not a happy camper waking up that early. But we woke up. We drove to Target at 8 o'clock for the release just to pick up Animal Crossing, and we did.
Nice. And you enjoy the game. It's a good distraction.
It's a very good distraction. It's a vacation that I'm not leaving my couch for.
See, and that's what a lot of us are doing now, and I'm sure even so not only us but our listeners as well. Everyone is doing their own thing as far as how to pass the time and what to do during this self-quarantine.
Yeah.
Playing games, working on home projects that you never got around to do. Now's the time.
Painting,
art, whatever it is that you can do that's being productive and trying to, even that, you don't have to be productive if you don't want to, but still just thinking of different things to do.
You know, I
to keep your mind occupied.
You know, one of the goals for me, I don't know, maybe listening to Hinotus in the background with the saxophone part, maybe take some time to actually, like, I don't know, become a better musician and like work on the saxophone.
I'm sure your neighbor is going to love that.
Oh, they're going to love it. I'm going to serenade them with Star Spangled Banner every morning.
There you go. So anyways, with that being said, I think we should go ahead and dip into our topics of discussion for today.
Time out. We got to check in with Jagged Brick. What's up with them, man?
I don't know what happened to them. So not only so we all know that social media is not their strong suit.
You're right.
When this whole thing went down,
they played that one basement show while we last talked.
I really don't know what happened to them. They are MIA.
So, wow. So Jagged Brick, if you're listening, reach out to your brothers, man.
Yeah, we're thinking of you.
We need you.
Yeah. I mean, especially in like times like this, because I know that they like to play live shows,
but not for big crowds. So maybe they're still, and they're under 10 people in their band, so they fit the.
Yeah. So unless someone is able to go to one of their shows and then like record it on their phone and maybe like post a snippet on YouTube or Facebook or whatever social media someone uses, would we know? But if you're listening, you know, we're thinking about you. We want to hear some of that heavy punk ska.
That very tuba-y riffs, you guys
now more than ever, we have to like support local arts, local music, local businesses, what have you.
So what local business is going on that you know of that can help out?
So yeah, I mean in a nutshell, so right now, even though we have a lot of places closed, you could still order takeout and support local restaurants that are being hit the hardest from all of this.
Yeah.
Some places have been closed down. They had to let go of their staffing and whatnot. And it's hitting hard across the nation, not only here in the state of Ohio, but across the country.
So again,
just any little thing. Yeah, any little thing you
local.
It matters.
We're
all in this together.
We're in this together, man.
So with that being said, we'll go ahead and start. We have a question here. Tyler from Facebook asked, as a musician, is there a dream venue or arena or club that you would love to play? So, Trent, I'll let you start off with that. Do you have anything?
I would say the Ala Rosa, even though I know it's for sale or it's already been sold.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of history. Unfortunately, at a time like this, it's bad history because of, what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a historical factor. I don't know. Play somewhere in New York, go out of the country, Toronto maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking grandeur.
Yeah. I've played a few times, not with Notice, but in a prior band. I've played a few times at Al Rosa. It's a great venue. I remember the first time I played, and it was, I went to, they still had the hole, like the hole from the infamous shot that took out. Yeah.
That's a lot of history, man.
Yeah, and like it was kind of eerie to be able to, or like I guess sobering and humbling to be able to play on the same stage that Dimebag played. Highly influential guitar player, had an influence on me as a player and as a musician. So, but yeah, it's a good venue. Good times. I haven't had any bad times there. It's always good when you go to a place and play and you get good vibes.
Where would you want to play besides Ala Rosa or
place
that you've never been?
No. So, and this would be like massive scale. Like this is where you would know, hey, we've made it big. Playing at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, which is like Metallica plays there, and like all these major acts play at the stadium, or just like international. Go and play internationally at these different arenas. It's a stadium. It's a massive stadium. To be able to play a show like that on that grand scale, that would be amazing.
It's funny. It's interesting. Not only the studios, but I mean, not like venues, but another really cool place that I showed you a few weeks ago. But maybe not like places, venues wise, but
like
recording
studios.
Yep. Like what's his name? Guitarist from Pink Floyd, David Gilbert.
David Gilmour.
Gilmour, yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but he actually has a studio that's on a river in a boat.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool? And he said that some of the albums from Pink Floyd was recorded in that studio. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely Google it. But there's also a really cool one. It's called Ocean Sound Recordings, and that's in Norway, and that's right off the coast. And they have like these huge giant windows of like the sea in the background, and you're just jamming away, and then right there is like nature.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's gotta be inspiring. And it's a mobile studio. I guess you could.
Oh no, this is the one in Norway.
Oh, the one in Norway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, because I remember you showed me the video of the studio that was on the boat.
Yeah.
And that was pretty sick.
That was pretty. Dave Gilmour.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, that one's cool. And it was like this whole 1900s theme to it. And it was like an old boat. I don't even know where it was. I think it was like down in somewhere in Africa. I could be wrong, but it was definitely not in Britain. It definitely wasn't here in the States either. I'm almost confident 92% that it was in Africa.
Negative.
but no, the ocean recording in Norway, that one looks really sick too. I would definitely like to check that out. And there's a few other places, recording studios that are definitely out there and I've never even thought of. But I don't know. It's pretty cool.
All right. Moving on. So we got Frank from Facebook as well. He asked...
What's up, Frank?
What's up, dude? Toilet paper alternatives. How many canned hams should I buy for my family? I'm not sure how. Yeah, how does that even?
I saw a Facebook post, and this is too funny not to share. I chuckled at this. I don't know if this is relevant.
I don't know what he means by that though. Like,
oh, I know. I think I know what he means, but this is so funny. You could alternatives like coffee filters.
Yeah.
Like everybody has coffee filters. Well, maybe not
But
everybody.
you're not going to use the canned hams for that, right?
Well, he's asking how many canned hams to buy as well as alternatives to toilet paper.
Okay. So, that's a twofer. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Because as we all know, and I'm sure everyone who's listening, wherever you're listening from, you're also probably seeing the same thing. People are panic buying TP. I don't know. That's of all the things that people are buying, they're buying up toilet paper.
Toilet paper. People must really be freaking out.
Yeah.
As we're sitting right here,
I don't understand that. Like, it's just
you have to think
as we have a freaking mega Charminocalypse,
and we also have flushable wipes from Costco right next to us too. But I mean, I don't know. Use your hand.
Yeah, like
use your hand.
I don't know about that, but like, if we have access to like running water, if you're out, yeah, you make yourself a makeshift bidet, or like go and take a shower, rinse yourself off.
Yeah, take a poop.
It's not a big deal. Why are you gonna hoard such a
it's funny. It's funny.
So much toilet paper. I understand like soap and like hand sanitizer, but not.
You know what's another interesting thing that's also been disappearing in stores? Because all these posts on social media about making bread. I think people now are freaking out about making bread. So Sarah and I, we went to the store. Like, be kind of cool. I've never made bread before, so I was kind of curious. There was no flour. There was no yeast. But you know what was there? Loaves of bread still. And I think to answer Frank's question, I think people are freaking out about toilet paper because of social media, so they're all hoarding it. As much as people now posting about making bread, they're all hoarding it from social media.
Yeah. People
are freaking out because of what people are posting.
Yeah. That's a major thing. Really take the time to vet out, that's one of the main concerns aside from this virus is the spread of false information. And you want to get your information from a trusted source, like the CDC or like the public health website for the state. Go to these sources that know what they're talking about, not just some opinion. And because there's people out there that are preying on this fear. Yeah, this is a difficult time for all of us. We are all experiencing something that we've never experienced before as a society.
Yeah.
We got to do our best to keep a level head about this and know that, this is something that we can overcome, and we will. I mean, it's scary, but we can't just lose our minds.
Corn cobs is another great alternative for wiping your butt.
Corn cobs. I'll still go back to we still have access to running water.
Yes, and people are buying water like crazy, and I'm like, guys, there's a sink right in your house. Like,
worst case, you got a bathtub.
Boil it if you're afraid.
Yeah, if you got a bathtub and like we're thinking about lose water, fill up your bathtub with water.
Yeah.
Plug that, put the stopper in, and then you can just like use that water, boil it, distill it.
Another thing,
this is worst case scenario, but we're not even at that point yet.
We're probably not going to be at that
from what
case.
I've been hearing from like local governments and whatnot, we're not, because you have the people again going back to on social media spreading this misinformation and trying to spread fear, if you will. We're not at that point yet. We're right now we're doing what we're doing so that we can mitigate losses, so we can not get to a point where we're overwhelmed. So we're trying to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Hashtag flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Do what you can.
Use corn cobs.
Wash your GD hands. That answers the toilet paper alternative.
But how much canned ham?
So let's go to canned ham.
Well, I don't really like canned ham. One thing I was talking to you about this.
I mean, yeah.
One thing, it's interesting. So
like
I'm here. I'm here in Pickerington, Canal Winchester area. We went to Meyer, and there was still like fresh chicken Like we got
There
2
you go.
ribeye steaks. We got some chicken. We got some fish because I was kind of hungry for fish. But with all this craziness going on, I'm like, it's probably best to get some like canned vegetables and canned, because you never know, people are going crazy. It's funny because I wanted to buy some corned beef, and it's interesting. It's very disgusting by itself, but you can make some really good like corned beef hash. You don't like
corned beef hash?
Oh, I love corned beef hash.
Do you buy the cans?
I buy the cans, but I mean like actual corned beef cans, not corned beef hash, but corned beef.
See, I thought they were the same thing. I never.
No, they're not. Corned beef hash is corned beef with like potatoes like kind of mixed together, which is really good. Stuff. But corned beef comes in a can, and you have like this key that you have to spin. And on a historical side note, corned beef was actually distributed during World War I for the British, for the Commonwealth. So as a World War I living historian like myself, I buy a lot of corned beef. And there are always a lot of corned beef because it's not... Cats won't even eat corned beef because it's that disgusting. It's very dry. It's not the most pleasant thing to eat. I
remember you mentioning that.
And also, to re-answer Frank's question, if you don't have toilet paper, eat some corned beef because that stuff is going to block your butt up like day and night. You're going to be good.
Well, that escalated.
But
I say.
But what I was going to say about this, when we went to Meyer, I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to have corned beef. Nobody wants corned beef. They were all out.
What about the corned beef hash?
They were out too.
Okay.
But what was left over? A ton of Spam.
And
so what's the logic
delicious.
there? And Spam is good. Fry that bad boy up in a skillet.
Spam with like some rice on it, like on top of some rice.
Yes.
Dude.
I make Spam burgers, man.
There you go. I don't know why people don't love Spam. That's ridiculous. I would buy that.
But corned beef is gone. Maybe they're trying to clog their butts. Maybe that's the whole purpose.
Maybe. I've also noticed when I went to the store, like with ramen noodles, people are buying up the chicken flavor, but they're leaving the beef. What's up with that? There's no love for beef. In my opinion, that's like the best flavor.
Beef is pretty good. It's been a while.
Or if you mix it with the chicken.
I've never done that.
Yeah, man. Do that.
My mind exploded.
Double the flavor.
So
yeah, I don't understand that. There's crazy times that we're living in right now.
Buying canned hams. Find alternatives.
Canned hams, I don't know. I guess it's just how many canned hams would you consume?
How about canned yams? Now that's where it's at.
There you go.
It's that another thing I've been like...
I don't buy that. I only buy it once a year, and it's around Thanksgiving, dude. That's the only time that I buy candy.
You know what's funny about this too? Like, I've actually been consuming more pickles lately because nobody's buying up pickles, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, that's smart too because it's filling, and it's like what?
Oh, so
0 calories?
Well,
or like less than a calorie. It's like low.
Depending on what type of pickle you buy, like I like the sweet variety because they're kind of tangy and chewy and crunchy and delicious. I think there's like maybe 80 calories.
The kosher dill, right? I like the kosher dill.
Kosher dill is pretty good, and now don't listen to this podcast and get freaked out and buy like all the canned frickin' pickles because then you're going to piss me off.
Going back to panic buying, when you do that, you create that you create that shortage.
Yeah, you're right.
And other people could use
please,
that.
Please, for the love of God, don't buy my sweet pickles. We still have
a steady supply coming. Calm the F down.
Yes. But another thing that I've been consuming a lot lately? Coffee.
Yeah, same.
It's relatively available.
That also makes you go.
So
I don't think it backs you up. It doesn't back you up.
It doesn't back you up. Yeah. But corned beef backs you up. That's your alternative right there.
So to answer your question, just whatever you feel like you would consume. If you're gonna consume that many in a couple weeks, like what they're saying, this is for what, 3 weeks tentatively. It might be longer than that.
2-3 weeks, yeah.
But yeah, what do you? We still have stores that are open that you can go to and whatnot. There are no talks, as far as from what I've heard from the press conference today from our state. No talks of like everything being completely shut down. Pharmacies, grocery stores are still going to be open.
Yeah, I mean they kind of have to. I mean, there's a lot of people with disabilities.
Yeah, you go and you get what you need.
Yeah.
While we wait this out. So, aside from that going on, yesterday and the day before yesterday, was it? We had the Great Flood here in Ohio.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
So yeah, we can't catch a break here in Ohio.
We can't.
And I think that's not just Ohio. That was like what, the Midwest?
I'm pretty sure. I Googled it myself, just curiosity, because a lot of people are thinking the end of times.
Yeah, that, and also situation in Africa with locusts and whatnot, and people are like, yeah, but yeah,
like
the Great Flood of Ohio.
I've seen a lot of people's houses are like
Reynoldsburg,
kind of
dude.
Underwater. I mean, my street over here is pretty full, and all next
on the
week,
way here,
yeah.
I saw that sign. High water, and like the thing is, like, you could barely see the sign that says road is closed. I barely saw that.
And
I still
went right
into the road.
I did too.
But I saw the water recede from the street.
And not to freak people out, so don't get freaked out. But all next week, rain.
That sucks.
All next week. But just think of it. Maybe Mother Nature is trying to clean us. Like, we're stepping outside to get clean from the virus. Think about it. Think about it in a positive fact, guys. No. Now you're worried about being icky.
You lost me.
And now
I was like,
you're icky. No. Just take a dip, take a little hand dip in a puddle, because there's other bacteria, that will eat the infection.
Purify yourself with the water. Yeah. No. So yeah, but we're still here. Yeah, a lot of places around town got flooded. Reynoldsburg got hit really hard. People's basements got flooded. That was the first thing when I woke up the following day, because we have like a metal roof, and like when it rains,
you hear it.
You could hear it, man.
Was your sub pump going off?
Down. Yeah, sub pump was going off, and then my first thing when I woke up, I went downstairs to see, and luckily there was no water, no standing water, or whatnot. I did see on like the unfinished side, a couple of spots of like moisture or wetness, but no like water intrusion or anything like that.
That's good. Just so, in these type of things,
other people though, they weren't so lucky.
Always buy a backup sub pump.
Yeah.
Always have 2 or 3.
Man, the one that we have at our house, that thing's a workhorse. And I was worried because that's where I keep all of my games and whatnot. That's where I play games.
Oh, really? The basement. Yeah. Oh man.
That would have been tragic.
That would have been tragic.
What will I do?
You would come over here and play video games on my place.
Yeah. So, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room that we've been kind of touching upon in this whole COVID-19. So, in our last episode, we actually kind of touched upon this, and we weren't really sure because at the time
it was just
we didn't know. We knew that this was going on, right? We knew that this was going on around the world, but then we were kind of getting mixed signals or mixed messages from like local government and federal government.
Yeah.
And then also hearing from media outlets outside of the U.S. From outside of the U.S., you hear like it's a real thing, a real concern. But then like when you listen to outlets here, it was kind of like they didn't really touch upon it as much. So you weren't even sure if you were kind of, should you freak out about this or should you not? Kind of somewhere in the middle. And then now here we are since our last episode. And now here we are. We got things. We got shut down.
Over 100 people. Like what? 113.
Oh man,
114 in just Ohio.
So right now, total confirmed cases in Ohio is 247.
247. Not to freak anybody out.
Yeah. Number of counties in Ohio that are impacted are 33.
33.
And right now, current number of hospitalizations is 58. And the total number of deaths in the state are 3.
Well, we need to have a round of applause for our state champion who was the last.
Yeah,
West Virginia. West Virginia was the last state to get.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about our director of public health with Dr. Amy Acton.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Here in the state. As far as like Ohio's response to all this.
Oh, I feel like Ohio's been like really...
They led the states.
No, you're right.
The country,
and you know what's funny? People gave...
You got to give them props.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of people gave the governor crap for what he did. And social media again was freaking out like, oh, he's so-and-so. Well, because of what he did has actually helped us out tremendously.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then it picked up nationally. You see the news outlets that are like, Ohio's on the map because of how they responded to this whole situation. So we're doing what we can. Yeah, so far. So yeah, schools are closed. A lot of us are working from home, and a lot of people have been laid off. That's a negative impact of this as well.
And again, we've already been talking back. Like, definitely,
what can you do to help out?
What you can do, and also for those of you who are affected by this and don't have a job, check in with like unemployment and just see what you can do.
I know
from there.
From what I heard with the state, normally there's like a week long like waiting period to start getting like unemployment. I think they waive that. You have to double check on that, but like they've made some changes to the process because they know the overall impact this is having on the local economy. But
on a side note, can you imagine the day when this is all done and over with? You know how people are going to go crazy to drive on the road, get in accidents, go to all these restaurants. It's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that either.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, people are still out driving now, and
it's true.
Yeah. But I mean, do what you can. One of the things I did say, not to get on a semi-serious note here, about this whole ordeal, and when these things sort of happen, you're going to see the best and the worst of humanity.
You're right. It's trying times.
What we try and do, these are trying times, and what we got to do is we got to know we're not alone.
We're in this together.
We're all in this together. This is impacting the world.
You listening?
This is not just Ohio. This is not the United States. This is the world that's being impacted by this.
I think every single continent has been affected.
Yeah. So do what you can. Do what you can to do your part. Stay at home. Listen to the guidelines. Practice social safe distancing. Social distancing, right? Did I mess that up? Yeah, social distancing. Wash your GD hands. And,
dip them in puddles, just
No, you don't want to do that. Don't abstain from panic buying.
And also, if you think you're sick, like, don't freak out. Like,
self-quarantine. At some point, we're going to have tests.
And speaking of which, what
hopefully,
what are the signs?
Maybe by the next episode, we'll know more.
Stay tuned.
We'll continue doing this. I know this is people are going about this in their own way and handling this in their own way. It's a scary time, but you also have to keep a positive outlook. We're still here. We're gonna we're in this together. Let's just listen to what the guidelines are, practice safe practices, and then take it one day at a time.
One day we'll get it.
Use this as time to do things that you didn't have time to do.
Yeah.
You're home now.
Self-meditate.
Work on that. Yeah. Self-meditate. Pick, try and learn how to play the guitar better.
Play saxophone better. Yeah. Yeah.
So, practice some art. And
that's a good other question. Like, if you are sick, what are the signs?
Yeah, so you can research this online as well, but just kind of like the common signs you get: coughing, dry cough, fever, tiredness, and in some severe cases, difficulty breathing. But that's just a snapshot of symptoms. It's not exclusive to that. It's
true.
There could be other symptoms, but this is a fluid situation. But in the meantime, though, just try to keep a positive outlook. I know for some it might be difficult, but going back to that, I want to end this on a positive note. We're just take this time to do
what you need to do.
Yeah,
you do. You
spend
do
some time
you.
with your family, or if you're with your family, for those who have little ones. Play
is
board
great.
games and whatnot.
Bonding time.
If you're alone.
And just think, when play Animal Crossing.
Play Animal Crossing, yeah.
Just think, when this is all said and done, we're going to be looking back like, remember that time?
Yeah. Yeah, think of it that way. So
we were contained in our homes for 10 days.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully. I think it's 10-day right now, actually.
It's day 10, right? Yeah, is it?
Yeah, day 15. But, again...
You only go out for supply runs.
Just supply runs, yep.
But that's pretty much it.
But hopefully by our next podcast, we'll check in with Jagged Brick and see if they're okay.
Dude, I really don't know, man. They just fell off the map. But we'll look for if you're listening, reach out, brothers and sisters.
Please. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah. So with that being said, you all stay safe. Heed the guidelines. Stay at home. Wash your hands. Don't panic. Just chill out.
Just chill. Man. That's all. That's
Hang
it.
out at the house.
Hang out. I think that's it. So, and until next time, our friends.
Next time. Hope you enjoy this. Let us know. Hit up those DMs.
Yeah, message us if you have any questions. We're here for you. And stay safe, America.